Welcome to One Email, Two Takes. This week, we're taking a pretty good sales email and we're breaking down what we like about the email, what we don't like about the email, and I'm providing two different rewrites. And the rewrites are actually coming with my framework for how I thought through them. And the goal is to help you think through how to make it your own. I'm usually joined by my co-host, Christina Fensath. This week, it's just me, but to make up for that, I've made two rewrites for this email. That said, I'm Will Allred. I'm one of the co-founders at Lavender. We're a writing assistant that helps salespeople write better emails faster. So we see millions of emails every month, and I get to bring the perspective of real reply rate data to the table to help you figure out how to write better emails. So let's take a look at the email that we've got today. So I've broken this email down a number of different ways, but let's start by reading it out loud. Hi, Christopher. Given your role as Director of Communications, you likely have a focus on building and maintaining strong relationships between the school districts, families, and community members. My name is blank blank, and I'm with company. We partner with school districts to gather the ongoing feedback and information they seek from families, staff, or students. Does this sound like a solution that can help your team right now? Schedule a call with me, rep. Now, there's a lot about the structure that's actually really good here. So let's start with the overall structure of this top sentence. So it starts with an observation. It's like, I know you have this certain role, and so you're likely going through the following things. The thinking behind the structure is solid. It's designed to help build credibility. And the problem is actually not with the structure, it's with the upfront statement. So you think about how people are going through their inbox. The average amount of time that they're going to spend reading that email is around 11 seconds, and most actually get deleted at 3 seconds. And this, given your role as, and then it's very, very just like precise as to what their job title is, that tends to trigger that 3-second delete. I call them mental spam filters, where you're kind of just skimming through and you're like, okay, I know what this is going to be. The other ones that stand out to me are, my name is blank and I'm with company. This is another one that just stands out to me as really salesy. You just quickly pattern recognize that this is a sales email. Same thing with schedule a call with me. It's very direct and unnecessary, but additionally, it's just not going to help you out. SalesLoft actually put out some data around hyperlinking within emails, and even one hyperlink reduces your chance of getting a response on a cold email. So those are the main things that really stood out to me as painful. They're not necessary. If you're going to call out a job title, the way to do it is to actually soften that variable, to approach it as like giving you work in communications, right? Because what that does is it doesn't come across as overly templated. They're not going to see that and be like, oh, this is clearly something that was automated and just sent out of the spam cannon. So that's really what I'm trying to get at when it comes to avoiding these mental spam traps. That said, I love the observation into this is likely going on in your life because it's very credibility thought process driven. This sentence here, could be cleaned up some, but you're clearly trying to state like what it is that you do. And the interest-based CTA here is not awful. You could shorten it, right? But it's the right idea. Why they followed it up with a Calendly link is besides me, but you get the point. The idea is to show them you know them, followed by here's what we do, followed by is that of interest. And so when I did my rewrites, I took a very similar approach. I took two different approaches. The first one, I decided to just lead with credibility. So the framework here is what's the desired state? How do we get there? And is that of interest to you? So Chris, given the success schools like, just insert some other school nearby, are having with ongoing surveys with the community, I suspect you're looking into tools to do the same. we're helping communication leaders get the feedback they need faster. Worth a chat. I didn't dive into all the different aspects of community, teachers, students. I tried to really simplify this down as far as what it is that they do, because I'm trying to just get it out there in 6 seconds or less, but make it pretty concrete, right? It's about helping communication leaders get feedback. Easy enough. And then I shortened that CTA as well to worth a chat. The other thing that I call out here is this first paragraph is longer than I would like. And when it gets longer than I would like, instead of just using a simple comma, instead what I use is a little hyphen and I give it spaces on both sides. What this does is it creates a lot of visual separation. So it's easier for the reader to scan and skim through that information. But the framework is very simple here. It's like, don't you want to be like these other successful schools? Here's how they got here. Is that worth a conversation? Easy to skim, easy to understand. The other one I put together is I led with relatability. Both of these are credibility builders, but they're sort of nuances of how to build credibility. So, hey, Chris, from talking with school leaders, I've heard some, in parentheses, horror stories about rolling out new policies this past year. I'm sure you can relate, right? So like I'm trying to, do I know that this is the most relatable thing to hit on? No, but it's something I made up on the fly. But the idea is this relatable? I'm sure you can relate. Then simply state, we've built a survey platform that will help you get that pulse before you take action. Want to learn more. Very simple. Here's what we do. Want to learn more about it. The logic flow is very obvious of why you would go from 1 to 2, right? It's, given these are horror stories, you need a survey platform that gives you that pulse check. But these are two different ways that you can accomplish the same framework that was initially tried above. Just recognizing that this framework lacks a lot of segue between each of these steps, right? It's very clear that it's like, here's relatability, here's solution to that relatability, here's interest. And so when that's the case, I try to really simplify these messages down so that there's not a lot of processing time to be like, well, how did I get here, right? Really cleaned up the original, we partner with school districts to gather ongoing feedback and information. It's much simpler. I suspect you're looking at tools. We help communication leaders get the feedback they need. And you'll see here, I even did that variable swap out, but here as well, we built a survey platform that will help you get a pulse before you take action. Very clean and obvious what we do. We have a survey platform, and I try to create that segue on the back end between this piece and this piece, but the idea is just keeping it super simple. So hopefully this helps. If you haven't already, subscribe to Sales Hacker. We send these out every single week, and I hope you enjoy and hope this helps you in your email writing journey. Awesome. Good luck out there, and until next time.